I may be completely wrong. I may look way more nerdy.
Oh no, he's got you beat there.
Andrew reminds me of Bill from Left 4 Dead.
I guess he liked that one.
I can't see shit though.
All right, so anyways, you guys get to the Groff Estates. I'll get back to you. Meanwhile, Indorus and No Name, you guys were going to go to a different bar.
Yep.
And you wanted to do so nearer to the Western Empire ships?
Mm-hmm.
Craig, I'm telling you, it's still creepy.
Phalanges. Wait.
Phone home.
So
no one's probably watching Roll20 or Twitch, but still.
At all. Okay. Anyways, it's okay. It'll be on YouTube.
I meant you guys.
Oh, actually, I'm watching Skype, so I see it.
I'm not on Skype.
Huh?
Anywho.
Oh yeah, it looks retarded.
Indorus and... I'm sorry, No Name and Indorus. You guys walk into...
That looks like a butt. Oh no!
Basically, I'm going to say that you bypass about 7 different bars until you find one that you hear some Western Empire language coming out of.
Alright, let's head in.
Sounds good to me.
Is there a common phrase like God bless the Queen for Western Empire people?
Well, yeah, there are 2.
God stabbed the Emperor to death. I mean...
No, that was the last reign.
One is, long live Emperor Thomas. And the other is, may Emperor Thomas die a horrible death.
I'm willing to bet which one's being said at this bar.
Die, Emperor, die.
Yeah, with that so polarizing, maybe I shouldn't say anything.
Before we go in, I'll cast tongues on both of us.
Okay.
I don't need it.
Can you speak Western, can you?
What?
I can't.
Yep.
Exactly.
Did you just say I can't speak asshole?
It's Robe Guy.
Because he is fluent, by dang it.
Tell Robe Guy to put his robe on.
Indorus, could you please explain to him why
That was not Robe Guy.
That's Uncle of Robe Guy.
Anyone behind him is a rogue guy now. It's a symbol, it's not a person.
Tell Hoodie Girl to get off of Robe Guy's computer.
She say Hoodie Girl.
Yes, we said Hoodie Girl the last time when it was Hoodie Guy, but we thought it was a girl.
Yep.
Honestly,
So now it's Hoodie
we
Girl.
could never tell, and they're in Tasmania. It's not like we're going to have to worry about them showing up on our doorstep.
Well, I don't
Victor's
know.
address
Scott and
is...
Rachel may be friends. You never know.
Be careful, they're all related back there.
I'm a Queenslander.
Anyways, so
Don't hold that against anyone.
you do cast tongues on both of you. Please take the PPE off of yourself, and you enter.
And I say nothing. I just
Hey.
walk in and order a alcohol in Western.
So both of you step up to the bar and take a place at the bar.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
we'll find a table, but we'll order from the bar.
As you step up to the bar, both of you notice that well, you rolled a 1 for heraldry. You notice that No Name, you notice that everyone in here seems to be of the Middle Kingdoms.
Okay.
And the bartender has a subtle symbol, but it's still on each side of his collar. One side of the collar has a Middle Kingdom symbol. The other side of the collar has a set symbol.
Okay.
And he smiles as he pours you both the beers and says, "It's good to hear another Western accent in here. We had to toss out the last Easterner." And he smiles.
I chuckle. So they don't know our lifestyle.
Indris, give me a perception roll. You notice that the guy to the left of you, standing next to you, has pulled out a dagger. He thought surreptitiously, but, well, it just wasn't that surreptitiously.
Priest of Isis walks into a bar run by someone from a Khrushchev set.
Hey, that's a setup for a cool joke or a bar brawl, one of the two.
So I don't see it either.
We know which one we're going for.
Famous last words, I grabbed the vampire.
Do I see it or no?
If you roll an 18 or higher, straight.
Okay. So you say there's still a chance.
There is.
Oh.
But no.
No chance for you!
You hear in your head, of course.
Did you want to do that right now?
And you look down, and that's already done.
Awesome. Well, I'll pull a Oathbringer out and go, "That's not a knife. This is a knife."
Really?
Really?
In what language?
Western.
He's got a
Make
tongue
percentage roll.
I got tongues on.
I know. You're gonna give
There's
me a
a minor
98 or
stamp.
higher.
When he pulls that, when he pulls
Nice.
it out, can I just take like a massive swig of my drink? Like, it's going down.
Probably poisoned. Careful.
I don't. He's just doing it.
You take a nice good swig of really tasty Western beer. In fact, you recognize that this is Western beer. There's a certain tang to it.
Anything off about it?
It's
No,
the body
absolutely
that
not.
they add to flavour.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely not. There does not seem to be anything off about it. And the guy spits on you and says,
Well, as soon as he spits on me, I kick him in the nuts.
"Oh, nice. Give me a strike roll." I'll give you my strike for the spit, by the way. Because there is no bonus for spit. Yes, I miss you.
And so does he!
You should have spit on his nuts.
This is potentially avoidable! You, sir, suck at spitting. You, sir, suck at kicking. Fantastic.
Spits on the table. I try to kick him, but kick the table. Goddamn table!
No, you kick the bar.
Oh, ow!
That hurts.
That's okay, still blame the table. You'll fit in better.
Did he break his toe by kicking the bar?
No, I'm not going to go there. If he rolled a 1, yes, but no. Xerxes and Ursus are walking into the Groff Estates currently. I'll deal with them in a minute. I need to get through this bar brawl.
And by morning, everyone will know crisis is here.
Of course. But I don't look like it at the moment.
And
It sounds like you got through it already. They both miss each other, right?
The bartender says clearly, "Hey, break it up. We're all Westerners here."
So yeah.
And he smiles, and when he smiles, you notice that he's smiling holding a really large battle axe in one hand.
Ah, yes, we're all Westerners here. Yes, yes, we are.
Everyone has a weapon.
Mine's on my back. It's like, what am I gonna do?
And says,
hand.
And says to No Name, on the house, just take a table out of the way. Don't cause any trouble. And he kind of glares at you very intently.
At me?
Yes.
Why? I just drank a...
Understand, you've got a large sickle. You've got a large scythe.
Don't you remember the pictures
back.
I've been sending you? That thing's huge.
That thing's huge, dude.
Yeah.
It's noticed. No matter where you walk, that thing's noticed.
And it doesn't look like a farmer's scythe. It looks like something some demon thought up and went, hey, this would be a cool toy.
Not many people use those things these
Do you
days.
know how many fields I have reaped?
Yes,
My
but
surname
fields
is
of men,
angry with
not
you.
fields of wheat.
Well, I wash it first before I go to the back to the wheat.
So I'm quiet. Sorry, seriously, am I quiet?
It's just that, like, I try to turn up when you're speaking, and then everyone else is booming into my ears.
All right, so I'll move my volume up. Sorry. Is everyone else feeling that I'm quiet?
No, I hear you fine.
No.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better.
Is this too loud for everyone else?
Didn't notice the difference.
Me.
But what was that, Rachel?
I didn't notice any difference, but you're still perfect for me.
Well, thank you, darling. I love you too.
Okay. I'll grab my... So he's more afraid now?
I didn't say that. I just said that he replied towards you.
That it's on the house.
It's on the house. Go sit down. Don't cause any trouble.
I tip my hat at him. And nod. And
Hang on, you have a hat? I thought you had like a hood.
Oh, no. He has a hat. A, look at the picture current, and B, can't wait till the picture is done. But yeah, he has a hat in both of them.
I have a tricorn hat.
Oh, that's right.
And I went out in public with you. I'm glad I disguised myself.
So, while you looked like a lesser dirty priest, you did not change your worship.
No, I didn't change my worship, no.
So you did walk into a house of Set in ISIS robes. So I just needed to,
And may I point out, you just pulled out a greater holy weapon.
And yeah.
It looks like a knife.
Yeah, it just looked like a knife to them. And trust me, I had a lot of holes there. But it looked just like a knife to them. So, yeah. You guys go to a private table.
Mm-hmm.
And if that guy who spat at me stands up at any stage, I would put a small cup of Adhesion on his chest.
He does not stand up. In fact, he starts talking immediately to the bartender after you guys leave.
So I can't order more?
No, interestingly enough, after a little bit, a server comes up to you, a female, and in perfect Western says, "You want another?"
Yep.
And while ugly, she is speaking perfect Western.
Anyone who wants to see a picture of No Name, it's not the shaded version, but the picture, I put a link to it in Roll20 for everyone.
Cool.
No.
What you garner, Brian, mute.
Yeah.
What you garner from, give me 1d4.
Okay.
Scott. Yeah. Give me 1d4. What you garner over the next 4 hours. Ooh, okay, 4 hours.
Oh, wait. Oh,
is that,
sorry about that.
The Middle Kingdoms are here for 2 reasons. Number one, after a while, it seems that it is forgotten. And honestly, for the first 2 hours, you get nothing. Over the next 2 hours, it seems that it is forgotten that there's a priest of Isis somewhere in the room that might be hearing something. Because they were really careful for the first 2 hours. But for the next two, you get pieces of information that whisper about a plant in the Eastern Territory, a Lornian agreement, and a secret attack upon the Emperor that he'll never see coming.
Any talk of when?
There is no talk of when ever on any of these things.
Or how?
But you do hear, or how. But you do hear all of these things at some point.
I would like...
Please get out of the bar alive.
I know. I would like to roll. Sorry, one sec. I believe history humans. And
Okay.
I would like to know... I know that Lorne is known for their... Mercenaries.
Yeah, the brigade.
Any renowned groups?
Oh, yeah.
Of assassins.
No, you don't need to roll. I'll just give that to you. It's the Mistoans.
No, he asked about assassins, not Mistoans.
Oh, assassins.
Renowned group of assassins, unless I got that wrong. Is that right, Chris?
No, that's right.
So, give me a roll.
And do you need me to do... Would Streetwise work better?
Nope.
Okay. Minus 20?
Minus 20.
Alright. 1d100! Yes, I made it.
Holy crap, you really made it. Ah! 23. Jeez. And I told you 20 and I was actually counting minus 40, but shooski. Yeah. There is a group of Mistoan knights that have pledged allegiance to Lorne above the Eastern Territory. That have employed some dark arts. They are known as the Ones. Literally, that's the only term that has been chosen to them.
It's Neo.
They're really secretive. However, the Ones have approached almost the state of the Byzantium assassins and in the dark circles. What did you send, Craig?
I sent a link to the movie The One. It's obviously lawless, not.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm a Jet Li fan.
We'll listen in more, or can I do Streetwise or something?
No, you're not going to get any more than that.
Okay.
That's a massive gift to you.
This is a hint to take a prowl roll and get the F out of the bar.
We don't need to take a prowl roll. I just get up and walk out.
Indris?
Tip well.
No, I won't do that. I will play my tab and walk out.
How much is everything?
The bill actually adds up to 80 Eastern.
How much is that in Western? Because I'm gonna pay them in true
and the funny
coinage.
thing is, it says 80. That's all it says. It is your decision whether to pay in Eastern or Western.
I say the true currency above all others.
Okay, and how much do you give in total?
Tip well.
Shut up, right?
I'll leave. Was their service pretty good?
Their service was excellent, actually.
What?
Their service was excellent, actually.
Except for ignoring us for 2 hours.
Well, no. I said that there was no conversation that you overheard that had any issues for the first 2 hours. I did not say that they ignored you for 2 hours.
Okay, I'll give them 150 then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good man.
I can't put information to do
And
that.
I write a little note that says the only true currency.
Do you have a 98 for literacy?
Oh.
Nope.
Who?
You.
Oh, maybe.
No name.
Let me see what I have. One sec. I'm changing my
It's gonna be an odd question. Are you literate?
Only in Western.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, Victor tried to talk me out of it. I have a 95 in literacy.
But that's fine. Yeah, I won't even make your roll. Beautiful. Yeah. I did not try to talk you out of it.
Yeah, you said you should take Elven.
Anyways, moving
on. You should take Elven. There's more books in Elven.
I did say that. I did not try to talk you out of literacy. I tried to talk you out of Western literacy. That is true. And it turned out that you were absolutely right to take it. And you literally saved your life with it. So
yay, bar crawl.
Why, for writing that?
So, well done.
Probably.
So back to the rest of you. Hannah and Jadir, you end up seeing Ursus and Xerxes enter the estates ahead of you.
Followed by a crowd?
Followed by a crowd of 17 people.
How did we get away from the docks where the people were screaming? And
no, you just got away. I'm just gonna bypass it and let's move on.
Let it go.
I didn't want to deal with. I wanted to make a deal out of the fact that Jadir was creepy, but I'm just gonna move on.
Well, it's okay, because Jadir, after panicking and looking like a stuffed rat for a little while, would probably then go invisible again out of panic. But can I call out to Xerxes and try and, hey, we're coming to join you and try and catch up with them?
That's your option.
Well, Xerxes, wait up!
Shall I make a perception check to hear the fairy?
Yeah.
No, the fairy just quietly lands. The fairy just quietly lands on one of his horns, of course.
And so I'm just going to let you hear Jadir.
One sec.
Guys. Okay.
Zuckus, thank you for the host.
Yay, Zuckus!
Yay! You rock, sir.
Thank you.
And I try and
rate him later.
Zuckus probably won't be streaming by the time we're done because it's morning in his time. He's in Sweden.
Yeah, but thank you very much, Zuckus.
Yep. But people who visit his channel for the people in the game, people that will see our game.
I just told him thank you.
All right. So,
I just wanted to let Xerxes know about running to...
Really, Idris?
Huh?
I did, yes. But we left too early.
Oh. I'm really glad I left before that happened. I'm really, really glad we left before I saw that.
Yeah.
He's apparently trying to get killed.
Yeah, he was literally
trying dude, you just made level 15.
They would have killed me. I just would have carpeted the Asian door with the tavern and shut the door.
Trust me, it would have gone south somewhere.
Oh, yeah, it would have gone south. It's going to go south somewhere.
Yes, I prefer to do it in Hades, not in a bar.
This place is crawling with enemy agents.
We'll burn it down later. We got daggers.
You know how diplomatic crisis is, really.
I want to see that.
And how serious they take their mission.
Okay, so, by the way, Indris and No Name, where are you going afterwards?
Back to the boat, of course.
Back to the boat?
Yep.
Okay. So, the other four of you enter the Graf Estates. Very quickly, you are you're sent by through many guards and etc. The crowd has been stopped. Larry, give me another roll.
Victor, do I get a chance to talk to Xerxes and Xerxes before we go in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to let him know that because I'm really excited. We ran into Bishop Rose. It was wonderful.
Really?
She was on one of the fancy boats, and she's here for diplomatic reasons.
From Haven?
But yeah. And
we're in trouble, aren't
no, we're not. She is escorting someone from Lawn, apparently. But
I'm in trouble.
Anyway, yeah, maybe you're always in trouble. That doesn't count. Anyway, she's invited us to dinner at midnight here.
That's really convenient. Crap. We should at least tell everyone else. Give me a second. He turns and he fires off a magic pigeon back to the boat for Indurus, because he's hoping that No Name will still be with him, and Indurus can simply tell him.
Hey, Xerxes, do you want me to take care of this crowd for you?
No, what? No, they're fine. They know me from the Lopanic Games. It's all good.
The crowd stopped at the gate. Hannah.
All right.
I have so few places where I can walk in my actual natural form. I was thrilled.
You got clothes on though, don't you?
Yes, I'm not Ursus.
That's probably how natural you were being.
He looks down at the naked bear next to him. It's like, he's fine. I'm fine. We're good.
Just to
You
make
realize-
sure, Indurus, you're clear about the pigeon that you receive once you get to the boat with No Name hours later.
Ursus is on all fours and he has a long, shaggy coat.
By the way,
Yes, like most bears.
By the way, Ursus, I have a new food recipe I want to try out on you later.
Please tell me it's not the thing that turns someone evil.
Oh no, it's not the thing that turns someone evil.
Greetings, Golden One.
He turns. Who's addressing him?
The head butler of.
Do I remember this guy from the last time we were here?
Yes, same guy.
He bows.
He bows towards you.
Hannah holds
I try
on
not to hit him in
tightly.
the head.
He says, "Welcome, fairy."
Oh, hi, Hannah. I didn't realize you were there.
Hi, Xerxes, she says as she's holding on with both hands.
I'm going to stand up now, okay? I'm sorry, dear sir. I was referring to the fairy. She is holding on to the horn.
I understand. Welcome, Ursus.
I don't know you.
But I know you, and you are welcome as you are a member of Crisis, and are most welcome in this home.
He loves pigs.
Yeah.
Jadir puffs out his chest and taps his foot.
Jadir, you get a hug. He just walks up to you and hugs you.
Oh, that's my shot. He smiles and he's happy. Hugs it back.
He likes him more.
And kisses
Although,
you
honestly,
on the cheek, and
honestly,
kisses
he's gonna hug
Jadir
me.
on the cheek and says, "I have a book for you."
Ooh, it's been such an exciting day. That is awesome. What's the book?
That's private.
Ooh, mystery. Even more excited, he starts sort of like hopping around like a chipmunk.
Would you excuse me 1 second? He turns around, not facing the doorman, and then fires off another pigeon that says, "By the way, there's a monk in my bed. His name is Happy Funny Monk. Ask Rogan."
His name's Happy Time Monk.
I thought his name was Larry. Curly or no.
Really? Was it Larry? I didn't get it. All I keep getting asked of is the elvish monk in my bed happens to think that the bed is a lot of room for something, and then everyone's accusing me of now sleeping with the monk.
You do know elves come in male as well.
We know you're finished for elves.
Before this night is over, not only am I going to be famous, but apparently I will sleep with anyone. Somehow I managed to turn into overkill.
Yeah, don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like the monk?
Oh, I got his sword, I got his ship, and now I have his curse.
Ooh.
Let the judgy old man servant.
Okay, so eventually,
Wait a minute.
So fairly quickly, believe it or not, even though this is not fairly quickly, you were escorted in front of Alanu, who says, "Welcome, Xerxes. Welcome, Hannah. You must be Ursus." And we know each other already. And he just walks straight up to Jadir and gives him a hug.
Jadir's having a good day. All smiles. Big hug back.
Seriously, they love you here more than they love me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's true.
So
Jadir looks around at Xerxes, looks at himself, and goes, "Of course they love me."
And Alanu looks at you and says, "Really? You've changed."
I'm just wondering
not
how
the same Alana that is the
knows.
Wanderer, correct, Victor?
I'm sorry?
This is not the same as the Wanderer Alana,
No,
right?
no. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Named for him.
Makala named his brother after Alanu. So the parents of Makala asked him to name his brother, and he named him Alanu because they're 28 years apart. And then by that point, he had already met Alanu, and they'd become fast friends.
It's a rather touching story, actually.
So yeah. So this is Alanu Groff, the man who now runs the Groff Estates, and therefore all of the Gold Coast. And he's rather worldly powerful, but he doesn't act it.
Victor, I think Andrew wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
I just want to know how the hell everybody knows who the freak I am.
Oh, you're in crisis. It happens.
And if you say that out loud,
which I do because I don't have manners.
Yeah.
Really?
Alanu says, "Oh, sorry. I'm one of two people that Uzlekma shares the raw feeds with. Just say."
Huh?
Malkin receives the actual feeds of everything that you write officially.
I haven't written anything.
Trust me, it happens.
You have been mentioned, sir.
Okay.
You may have not written anything, and yes, it is a long time coming. In fact, it's been a conversation.
Where is Malcolm currently?
Malkin is, of course, at the library, where he belongs.
We're headed in that direction.
All right, I'm just getting used to all this
notoriety. Yeah, sorry.
Well, that too.
Yeah. Just trust me. Anywhere else, don't be a bear. I know it's your natural form. I understand that this can't be helped.
I'm careful with where I go.
You have been so far. I'm just warning you. I'm not insulting you in any way, shape, or form. Please understand.
I don't take insults, but
however, as far as insults go, Indris, Xerxes.
Indris isn't here right now.
Yeah, I'm down with you guys now.
Indris, get your ass here. And suddenly you hear a calling, literally on the ship. Like you have been summoned and you know exactly where to go. The question is whether or not you drag No Name with you.
Hey, Ursus, do you want a mid-afternoon snack?
It's nighttime.
I think I'll grab Larry as well.
Well, a pre-dinner snack then.
You notice when you go down to find Larry, he's not there.
Damn it, Larry.
Hannah,
maybe
I'm not eating any more of your little tiny treats. They're not filling.
No, this isn't a tiny treat. See, it's this big loaf of bread.
I'm not a bread eater either, so.
No name.
And welcome, Larry.
Xerxes turns around.
And Larry peeks his head out from behind the hairy man.
What the?
And says,
so it's Larry.
Master Goff, it has been Groff. I have always wanted to meet you.
Yeah, I know you know my brother. Sorry,
yes.
I have inherited some of his traits since he has gone to my hip.
It was a sad day.
No, it was a beautiful day. I am glad that he has finally achieved relaxation, and I'm glad to finally be running the.
I was referring to what was happening up in the hinterlands at the same time. Not about your brother.
Not. Jeez, you always have to focus on the negative, don't you? He told me about you.
Hey, why don't you put some bread in your mouth? You know, I think we're having another conversation right now. And she offers a big loaf of braided French bread.
A large
The braids.
The fairy has offered you a piece of bread. Do you accept, Larry?
I will take the bread and I shove it in the bag that has the initials on it.
No, eat it, not stuff it in your bag for later.
Oh.
Just tell her you have IBS.
He has a gluten allergy.
No, I'm an excellent cook. Why does everybody not trust me?
And actually, Larry's a complete professional cook, and so he's I thank you. I'm very much appreciated, Hannah. But
just a minute. I'm going to actually make a cooking roll to describe how I would have actually cooked this if I hadn't magicked it up.
Okay.
And that's a significant success.
Yeah. So describe it. Oh, come on, for extra XP. Come on.
Fine. So yeah, I talk about gathering up just the best yeast and putting it together with some sugar and just the right amount of warm water, you know, not too hot, not too cold, and kneading it out, which was very difficult considering its size compared to me, and then flying around the strips of the dough so that it would braid together properly, and then properly heating up the oven, which, you know, in any wood-burning society is always difficult to do, but, you know, taking the proper time to do so and getting in the oven just at the right time and taking it back out again just so that I could have some perfect bread just for you.
If it's perfect bread, don't forget to swap out a little bit of self-raising flour for some Boag's Draft.
There isn't any self-raising flour. This is a fantasy world.
Good. Well, then you just swap out some of the flour for some really good beer, carbonated beer.
Now, I wouldn't have mentioned this if you didn't grace us with your words here, but I noticed there was a little bit of too much salt that you had added to the bread. You see how it makes the outside of the bread a little too crusty?
Larry, give me a cooking roll.
Oh. Okay.
No name, just get over yourself. Holy crap!
And if you would use
exact description to tell you suck.
If you would use the salt that is actually imported from the land of the damned, it actually is a little bit better than the salt that comes from the Yinslaw jungle, which, according to this, the way the texture of the outside of this bread is, it's just not the right consistency. And if you would have done that, it would have been, perfect. You would have had a perfect loaf here.
She flies directly into his face, puts her hands on her hips, sticks her nose toward his eye, and says, "Eat the damn bread, then."
My fingers have already tasted it.
I wouldn't have done that if I was you. Or the next loaf you get offered,
Victor.
you know, you really
Yes.
might want to find
Roll
a better
20.
excuse.
Why not?
It's
I
the,
just
the
like,
coast.
what?
Why not?
With
Going
that sweet
to-
It should
tea that's
scare
up
you.
there.
If you're going to insult my cooking capability, then just eat it and prove me wrong.
Why don't you eat it?
Okay.
Back up.
And she eats some of her bread.
Ursus
Yes.
turns to the butler and says, "You got any more food somewhere? Because this talk of cooking is making me absolutely starving."
I will make sure that a riposte is served to you momentarily, and he goes rushing off.
No, momentarily about it, damn it.
And he looks at you. He's like, "Really?"
He lived in the northern wilderness by himself.
Well,
We've only
if
had
you
him for a
will,
few days, weeks,
What?
something.
And he just shakes his head at Xerxes and stomps off rather slowly now.
Wow, we're all making friends here, aren't we?
What did I say?
Lord Groff, if you will, I mean,
Money.
it seems that there has been a challenge that has been placed upon
Whatever.
me by.
Your personal infights are not my concern. What is my concern is the fact that I'm happy that you were here. I understand that there has been a negotiation in your land, Indorus.
Yes, indeed.
And it seems that I am to say that the Gold Coast no longer sponsors Crisis in acceptance of new markets. When were you going to discuss this with me ahead of time?
Didn't actually have that much time to actually discuss it with you. It was then and there decision we had to make.
Honestly, we thought we were
this
getting
was
turned down.
basically an order from King Guy.
Yeah, but he kind of said it after he'd already made the proclamation, so...
Oh, in other words, he publicly stated that this was so, and then decided
Informed
to
us it would be
privately have the discussion with Crisis.
Yeah, you see what the
kings.
situation is?
Young kings. My brother was right. At all times, you must not trust young kings. However, he is a good one. He's a smart one. Before he has left me an out that actually makes me more money. Well, not necessarily more money, perhaps equal money to this. I do, however, request that there is no ever change, that the Gold Coast will forever be the preferred money exchanger for Crisis. For without that, we have no relation to Crisis anymore, and you cannot ever use Carawans.
No, that we didn't see that agreement being altered even when we made the...
forgive me, it is my understanding from the previews that Uslekma has made that Indris is the one that makes these types of decisions.
Oh, we're on land. I'm off duty. This is your problem.
Thanks.
And you notice that Alanu is grinning ear to ear.
Yeah, remember when you tossed me under the boat, on the boat? Yeah, no, back at you, buddy.
It's more of a group consensus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Indris, what is the decision?
Well, what does everybody think? See, group consensus.
I think that this monk over here needs to eat my bread.
Later.
Monk, eat the bread.
Jadir says, I wholeheartedly agree with Alania. Perfectly fair under the circumstances.
I must say, it does sound pretty fair too. Xerxes?
I absolutely agree with Master Groff.
Hannah?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What's going on?
Yes or no?
She never says no to anything. Let's move on.
So, it was a yes, Anna? It's about stuff.
Sure, Indris. Anyway.
Hey, no problem. George, no name?
Am I there?
You are.
Yes.
Oh. He just kind of does one of those head bobbles that you see sometimes Indian people do. And leaves it at that.
I think that was a yes.
It's a Western saying.
Oh, I know. The monk's epileptic.
No, he's no name. The monk's actually called Larry.
Doesn't matter. Private joke.
No, the guy with the scythe is actually called George.
Larry, what do you reckon?
I got it. I got it, Scott. Don't worry.
I mean, I'm glad you asked me, but I have no part in this. This is.
Oh, well, I was going to follow up there with, really, who are you? But you seem to be a reasonable fellow.
Judea just looks at Indris and goes like, I think he's been outvoted anyway. Can we move on to stories and food?
You're right. It does look like a yes.
No, it is a yes. Come on, use your commander voice.
Okay, it's a yes. We agree.
Hi,
good.
Larry, welcome to Crisis.
I'm so glad. And Larry, your brother knew me. We must talk later.
I'd prefer to talk now. I just remembered the.
Oh no! Oh, absolutely not. Let's talk after the rest of Crisis has.
Besides, you have to check in with Bishop Rose. You are a monk, right, brother Larry?
Oh no, he doesn't have to check in with Bishop Rose at all.
And I do not prefer to.
Glares at Xerxes for even suggesting such.
Have you been associating with Bishop Rose?
Really? I thought you read the books.
He got you there.
I have read the books, but I'm asking you personally. Have you been associating with Bishop Rose?
She's not an elf. Of course he hasn't.
What?
Oh my god. That may be the most epic inside Crisis joke ever.
Oh, sorry. Did he mean associating?
How many ways do you people have? Short little people foreseeing mating.
Oh, thank you, Cammy.
Well, I know of 14 that are commonly used.
14?
Yeah, but those are just the common ones. Like the monster with two backs, and
they have a monster with two backs?
No, that's a reference
Why
for
would you be
mating.
mating after a monster with two backs? That makes no sense.
No, it's just a reference to mating.
Moving on.
But why would you attack something when you're trying?
Anyways,
Xerxes, I'll explain it to you later.
Can I be there when you explain it?
Maybe.
Judea looks interested.
Ilana, you wish to speak to Crisis, I assume.
It would be nice, but
can we do it over dinner?
These things are normal with Crisis, I have found.
Hey, how's the bowman working out with the rune arrow?
Leave it to you, Xerxes, to go to a completely subtle reference that just has nothing to do with anything that we were talking about. He's well, thank you.
Nice to hear it.
Anyways.
Eat the bread, monk.
Anna, he will not eat the bread.
Judea sidles over to Alanu. Sorry, what did you want to talk about? And just letting you know, Bishop Rose presumed it upon herself to invite us to dinner at your place tonight.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You you are all invited to the Midnight Social. This is where we have gathered different competing groups of the world to have dinner together and see if we can come to a peace in a more relaxed form. So I'm sure that that Emperor Thomas's fleet shall be arriving soon, and probably with much force. And
why midnight, out of curiosity?
It was suggested by different parties and agreed upon. And
I think
and as a reasonable merchant that deals with worldwide problems, I personally feel that trade is much better in peace than in war, and it would be beneficial for the Gold Coast to participate in a off-the-board peace talk, shall we say. And the fact that crisis has arrived at this time seems to be heralded by the gods of light as a most beneficial time to have a peace talk, and that they shine these talks.
That sounds wonderful. Is Reset expected to make an appearance
absolutely
too?
not. Reset actually.
Andrew's off the call. He needs a recall.
Yeah, thank you.
So is this guy more businessman or is he politically inclined? Alanu.
He, I hope, appears to be completely businessly inclined. Do you know it's kind of creepy to have Gabby eating behind your head?
You mean Abigail?
Or is that Abby? Sorry.
Abigail's considerably taller than Gabrielle, so.
Okay, so you're right.
There is a perspective issue at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ah!
exactly. That's the problem. I can't tell size at the current moment because your hands like dominate the scene. Yeah.
Oh wait, no one can
That's
see what
what
I'm
she
doing.
said.
Never mind.
Yeah. None of us see you at all, Chris, so you don't have to worry.
I was doing stuff and it's
And
like
you didn't even understand that no one was watching. Yeah.
I always forget. But
so
no, I can't
answer
say that,
to
guy.
answer previous question, he is definitely of the business inclined. And he again states that he feels that his business will benefit from any back channel negotiation of peace.
And you do business with the Emperor, you said?
And they are expected before midnight.
Oh.
And I'm sure one at least of their black ships will show up.
There is an assassination attempt tonight. Nonchalantly, he says that.
Excuse me, sir?
The ones are coming. He still says it nonchalantly.
Minions coming!
And he summons his head butler, who has already arrived with a fully laden pig for Ursus. And he walks over nonchalantly to his boss, and there's whispers exchanged, and and the butler rushes quickly away. Andrew, are you there?
Sheesh, that was easy. I could just make up stuff and then they'd believe me.
Yeah, then when it shows up wrong the first time, you're going to have a harder time with that. So let's not play with that toy.
I'm not, but I'm sure the fairy will.
It's okay. It's
And this is
funny
completely
thing
out of
is
game
that
character.
Andrew just like literally sent me a text going, "I'm having network issues," and I'm like, "Oh crap! I just called your name."
Can I walk over to Larry?
Yes, you can.
Anyway, Victor, did you get the note I put?
No, I have no idea.
I whispered to Larry.
I have to go back. Hold
It
on.
was in public, just above where Ursus asked for a callback.
Okay. And
I was
then
prowling.
you say call failed.
Above that, I said I was prowling into the kitchen to slip the bread amongst the other loaves.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And I rolled a 6 on my prowl roll.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
The Eastern Territory. Yeah, let's say. Well, you were there too. There's a.
The floor is yours.
And Indurus, what are you trying to say?
There's a plant of the in the Eastern Territory.
No. What was Indurus trying to tell me with his divination statement?
Is it? I thought it was a whisper. Is it?
That was a. You know how when you try to whisper something and it breaks to a new line and it makes it public?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that. Just
Okay.
ignore the hell out of that.
We'll ignore the hell out of it. Okay.
If you read the most current one, you'll get it.
I get it, but I'm ignoring it. Yep. Moving on.
I'll download the book, okay? Victor and I will talk later about trying to come up with something. I think the chocolate
I
smells fun.
understand. Anyways, moving on.
Larry, are you doing it?
Jason?
Is there
No,
enough?
There was whispers going on, so
Okay.
yes, he's whispering in my ear.
No Name reaches into the open bag that Larry holds open.
Oh, he doesn't let you reach in.
Oh, you'll pull it out?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Pulls it out, the loaf of bread, and No Name says, "This will prove once and for all whether she's continually hampering our group." And he takes a big bite out of the bread.
Okay, so
And
what
chews
are
it.
taking a bite out of?
The bread.
Which bread?
The fairy bread.
Larry took a portion of the fairy bread and stuck it in his bag, and now George has received that and has taken a bite out of it.
Alright, so save versus magic.
I'm not attempting to.
No, you need to.
It's an involuntary response.
It's an involuntary response you have to do.
Well, 20. Natural 20. I'm immune.
I'm immune to everything. Sorry, I'm getting my pluses. If I'm gonna be fair. There.
Alright.
That's almost 20.
Hannah, say what just happened.
So, all of the hair on your body everywhere just braided itself in French braids.
Can we tell? Oh, he has got a ponytail.
Only like the top, probably. He says, with things like this going on.
The funny thing is, because it's No Name, I'm going to ask everyone to give me a 20-sided die roll because most of him is covered. So this would be a perception bonus.
Oh, I so don't see it. In fact, when I look down, I see the top of his hat. I don't actually see him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 5'8". I'm 11'3".
Jadir got a 19.
Yeah, I saw the Jadir. So far, the only one that has succeeded is Jadir. I think that's...
Jadir does a bit of a double take at him and then goes, "Oh, I like it. It suits you."
He says, with assassins like the ones about, this needs to not happen. and sets the bread down on the ground.
Hey guys, can you give me a second? I need to figure out why my dog won't shut up.
Please go.
All right.
Well, at least it wasn't taking someone out of combat this time.
And how can we show that it won't in the future?
No, I agree. I'm just saying that hopefully that was on purpose.
Yes.
Might I interject that? I digress.
What? No, come on, Larry. Keep going.
Well, the fairy means no harm here. The fact is that she doesn't force it upon you. I realize that it could be dangerous if you let down your guard. But that's me.
So you must
guess
keep your guard up amongst the allies.
Are we not surrounded by danger all the time? When do you let your guard down? There's evils and darkness all around us.
We don't have individual taste testers for all our food.
And this
We
is...
didn't get the hero we wanted. We got the hero we need.
I guess that's why I make my own food.
Guys, I'm going to ask Scott to repeat it because I don't think he was well heard.
We heard it.
We didn't get the hero we wanted. We got the hero we need.
Is Hannah back from the kitchens yet?
Oh, yeah.
Hannah says, so what, you're going to tell the gods that they don't know what they're doing when they sent me to you?
I'm saying you can control your own actions.
Sometimes, Craig, the video hurts. And by the way, Brian and Chris, is there any... And Brian and Chris, are there any way that we can see all of you? Chris, I guess the only way we can see you is through Twitch, right?
Yep.
Brian's temporarily away taking care of his dog.
Okay.
Yep, and Andrew's gone, so that's throwing everything off right now on Twitch.
I got it.
I think I have complete faith in the gods, in who they choose. They know what they're doing, that we're capable of doing what they ask, but doesn't mean we will succeed.
And
still...
So, No Name, what you're saying is that the gods should send me back and send somebody else in my stead, and you think that that'll actually make the group work better?
How have I said that?
Alanu just steps up and says, Hannah, he said nothing of the kind. Do not accuse him of that. And looks at Hannah and is like, would you please become a member of Crisis and not such a fairy? No Name was right in making sense of what is going on. So you should not be upset with George or No Name in any way, shape, or form. And he looks at the rest of Crisis and says, do you think that the Defilers did not have a fairy in their midst? They had two. Get your shit together. Stop it.
Huzzah.
The only reason why I make the fairy food and why I'm doing this is because I like you guys. If I didn't like you guys, I'd be nasty.
She does have a point.
I think it's a point for all of us. We all need to front up and do our best. Not just run with our normal natures all the time.
How about this? No more surprise fairy food. If you make fairy food, tell us.
No,
first.
that is not a fair request of a fairy. In any way,
I think the only request I make is don't
anything
don't
that puts us at risk of death.
Out of combat.
Please, Jadira, and then No Name. State again. Jadir. Jadir. Did we lose Jadir?
Sorry, I was having a off-screen conversation. I missed that.
Okay. Lanu has asked you to restate your point.
About the fairy food, or about the point
about life, the universe, and everything. Yes.
Original point being that the gods have sent people that are capable of carrying out the actions that they want, but it's still up to us to individually to do our best to succeed. We're not going to automatically be there just because the gods chose us. We all need to put our best foot forward, be our best best version of ourselves.
And no name?
When you call this friendly and it puts our lives at potential risk when danger's around the corner, that is not friendly, and that is not considered friendly. It is very dangerous, and to refute your answer, there have been many mistakes. Just because you are chosen does not mean you are perfect. Look at Drauka.
Hannah, any response to those two statements?
I'm sorry, out of character. Is this some kind of intervention I just got back in on?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let me speak for Hannah.
Oh, no. You do not get to speak for Hannah, Larry.
Drauka, and then there's also the other one. What was, sorry, the song dancer too? I'll name drop that person. Farrell.
Think about the dangers of fire.
Hey, Larry.
I apologize, my lord.
Hannah.
We need Hannah, but we are a little worried that we don't want to have people taken out of combat when we're about to fight.
Hannah needs to speak.
This was not a trick, which I was told specifically by Indris that I couldn't do. So I can no longer perform tricks on land. So I'm trying to find other things that I can still do. And now you're calling me out for something that is as harmless as braided hair?
This is a trick, this is online.
Actually, I was just having the argument with Indris that it was fine because it is just braided hair. I have no problem with that. It's only anything that affects us for potential combat situations.
I believe the braided hair is, well, I don't want to metagame, but even braided hair can cause hindrance. You can be tripped up. If
can you?
Parts are braided together, like your arm hair is braided, your armpit hair is braided with your back hair, like Ursus, for example.
No part of the spell actually includes negatives.
And I have made it a innocuous spell.
May I state something, or did I miss my turn? No Name, you mentioned at one point about being the best that we can possibly be.
That was Jadir.
Oh, and I apologize then. Master Jadir, you stated about being the best we possibly can be. I'm a Minotaur. The best I normally can possibly be would be to open up the gateway for the old ones to let them out. That was how we were apparently designed and how the world knows us. And I am working really hard at trying to make sure that there is a different option for Minotaurs, if not other monster races. That being said, to be the best fairy that we chose to accept after the fireside chat into our group, she can be, I've accepted that there will be pranks, and that having a fairy means that you accept that there will be some level of pranks. Now, will it take some ironing out to determine what pranks are preferred over other pranks, and timing necessarily? Absolutely. But we have to accept the people for who they are. We can't necessarily change the core of their character.
I think you've completely misheard me. I only stated that
And I probably did. I came in late to this. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Jadid is only stating that we should try and be the best we can be, not whatever our race or whatever, that we try our best in this adventure for putting the god back together. But I'm actually on Hannah's side. I'm glad, and I was saying that I think that it may have been on purpose that she chose something that was not combat related. And from, is it Ursus's point? The previous business where occasionally people have been taken out of combat completely and we've been put in a fight, however, is not much fun, and that's what we want to try and avoid. But I have no problems with the braiding.
Alanu steps forward and says, "Okay, so, Larry, you're obviously here for a reason, because you're always here for a reason."
So you've noticed.
Oh, yes. My brother and I have always noticed. There's been no doubt.
Can you add Andrew back to Skype?
Yes, of course.
And before we get to the reason, just remember that if you take the nature from fire, it no longer is fire, and it doesn't produce any tool. But that is neither here nor there.
I can protect my own self. Thank you.
Wow,
this is
you
what
just
this
got
is true
schooled
of
by a
fairies.
fairy, dude.
Jadid's like, yep.
The ship thinks I'm sleeping with the monk.
I'm not about to be schooled by a fairy. I've met many fairies in my day.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that.
Is there a place that we can discuss, Lord Gruff?
He looks around and says, "What? Are you not paying attention?"
I need some tables. I need something to sit down to there's much to discuss here.
And he motions, and you notice that, well, there's tables. They've
been trying to get us to
have
have
a table
for a while.
Oh,
in fact, look, there's Ursus sitting at the table.
Standing in front of
Ursus is sitting in front of a table, plowing down on a pig, mostly done.
Bones and all.
Okay, so Larry goes over to the table and motions for Crisis to follow to. Now, I know you don't know me
you're here. Especially since the crew thinks I'm sleeping with you.
Oh, we're sleeping together.
Apparently you're an elf. That's all that's required. If you read the books, you'll know the joke.
I bring bad tidings. First of all,
now today sits down.
So this is what it takes. This is what it takes. Bad tidings. I bring bad tidings. There is much that has been missed by Crisis. Much. It's as if you guys are trudging through the land and stepping over roses and not even noticing they're there. I apologize that this sounds crude.
I am 11 feet tall. I really don't notice the roses.
I speak of this metaphorically, my dear Minotaur.
I'm sorry.
When was the last?
A rose. I apologize.
When was the last time that you were in Shandala?
Shandala? Once.
Once? And did you visit the library that was there?
What library?
Exactly. Exactly. You didn't even know that there was a library there? That whole time?
I assume you were there. They have scrolls and books on how to fight. They have a bunch of fighting monks.
We're not just talking about any library. Am I ringing bells here?
I assume Jadid would know, but Jadid wasn't with Crisis at that point, I think.
Again, much danger. Have you taken your eyes off the goal?
What goal? What are you talking about?
The promise that you have made.
To To whom?
To whom? To everyone that's here in this world. The most precious
Osiris,
of items is being destroyed, and you guys go around as if nothing is happening. And he is sounding very cryptic, and I'm glad that out of character, I'm glad I am confusing Xerxes here. I speak of the seed libraries. Was there not a promise that was made that you would save the seed libraries?
Oh, that.
However, I will mention that Brian should not be the only one from Crisis responding to this.
What's to say? We have our. Yes, we want to save them, but our foremost mission is to put the god back together. If I had been there, which I wasn't, but if I had been there, I'd be very interested in seeing this library. We cannot undo what's already been done, only try and save the ones that remain.
Hate to say this,
my
Jadir,
dear
you were there
Jadir.
when you missed Shandala.
Yep.
My
Actually,
dear
no, it wasn't
Jadir.
Azariel and Shandala.
Well, okay, so it was Azario. You're right.
Yeah, no, Jadir wasn't in the party at that point.
Right.
To assume these are two petals of two different flowers is a fallacy.
I don't think that at all.
Petals of the same flower.
Yeah, no, I don't think that at all. I am very interested in saving the libraries, and that is exactly where we're heading to one of the libraries next. We only got interrupted because we had to stop and berth to fix our ship. Our very next stop is the library.
And he pulls from his bag a book, and he says, "What of this one? Was this one was the birthplace of the resting place of this book saved?"
What book is he holding?
I assume you're talking.
Please, Larry, go ahead and tell them.
It's a pretty big volume, and he puts it down on the table. You can see the title is "On the Path of Zen," and its subtitle is "A Tome of Lost Poems." What? And he slams his hand on the book. Was this book saved? Was the library saved where this book came from?
I don't know which library it came from.
I'm going to assume.
Which library this comes from?
Because the Prime Kabbalah was burned to the ground in the Millennium of Purification 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. I have no idea which one it was in.
Editor, you can settle down. My goodness. This comes from
Not enough that my own library was destroyed.
The library in Crania.
No.
If you are going to shame us for every single mistake and thing that we have been unable to save against our will, then we will be here for many years to come.
Yeah, bring hell.
If that is what you take, I am not trying to do that. I apologize. That is not my mission here. My mission is to preserve the knowledge that is hidden away in the world, that to some must never come to light, but must be saved and preserved at all costs, or else this whole mission, this whole quest that you have of raising the lawgiver will mean nothing if we do not preserve the knowledge that we obtained throughout the histories. Now, I apologize. I'm a bit passionate about these things, yes, and I do err in that. And Jadira, thank you for bringing that to light. But this book is important, and the reason why. And he pulls out another a scroll from his satchel, and he puts it also on the table, and it looks like it is a drawing, hieroglyphics on some ancient papyrus or some ancient paper, and. No one's sending me a message. That's not you, Victor, is it? No, okay. And he shows, come close to show you this is important, essential. Is no one going to come close to this?
So,
I apologize.
Larry,
have I not?
Okay, I'm getting pissed because Suddenly my typing keeps getting interrupted somehow.
So Larry.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, let the GM talk first.
No. Go ahead, Hannah.
Larry, what would you have us do? We are putting together the lawgiver, and I understand that this is a pet project for you, and it's really important, but there are so many pet projects that everybody wants us to do, and yes, previous members of Crisis promised to help, but I don't think any of those members of Crisis who promised to help are here, and I don't think that any of them passed it along that we were supposed to work on this.
This is how you feel, and I
never said the books weren't important. I just said we had no idea that we were supposed to be helping with this or were promised to help on this by previous members of Crisis.
And actually, Xerxes would step in here.
I actually knew.
Yeah.
If nothing else, the books are important, just to give us clues to finding parts, if nothing else. And there is certainly a lot more.
Pardon me, Jadir, but really Xerxes knows this one, so I've been trying to tell him to shut up, and now I have to tell him to talk, so I'm in the opposite corner now. Brian, sorry.
The bottom line is, there was a place, and I'm going to try and make this as short as I possibly can, so please bear with me. There was a place a long time ago that all these libraries came from called the Prime Minkanabala. It was the fountain of all knowledge for the elf and dwarven kingdom. So think of the biggest library ever. And the library of Bletherad is really just a small smidgen of what used to be accumulated in there. Then after the Great War came, there was the Millennium of Purification, and a faction of really evil people, and I say this the way that scholars would look at it, who wanted not to destroy the dark magic knowledge that people had, but they wanted to destroy all knowledge because they figured knowing too much made someone too powerful, and too power led to a war the way the elves and the dwarves did. And became known as a group called the Zealotry. And they go around destroying... Larry...
Please. This Larry. Is the songs of the bards. Yes, sorry.
Larry, thank you. The Zealotry goes around trying to destroy the libraries. Now, apparently, they broke the Prime Minkanabala up into 10 smaller libraries to try and preserve the knowledge by spreading it apart, so there was no one place to destroy it all. When I was at the library the first time, when Overkill was still alive and other members like Kava were still around, I was taken into a room and I spoke with the keeper of the library, and I spoke with Malkin, and I spoke with Regalef, who I still never pronounce his name right, but he's a lovely wolfen monk. And they told me about all of this. And the Bletherad is but one of the seed libraries, one of 10. Apparently my homeland, Etrinan, was one of those 10. And there's a place called Alasara, which Crisis at the time got to read Hodrick's letter. And that was another seed library. Now, they managed to save Alasara. We've failed in saving my homeland, but it's not through any fault of trying. We just weren't there during the time that the raid went down. And honestly, had anyone taken an intervention who was there, Azariel would have been dead, along with the rest of my people. And we just found out the libraries were also being smuggled around through the College of Navigation. Didn't know that part. And so we lost one of them to the College of Navigation being burned in Credia. We didn't know. Now we know that the Chaoses are involved in trying to safeguard the libraries, and have been apparently for some time. Like the great family of knowledge and lore keepers, but now those places that we could check are changed. We're going to try and get them a message to let them know we want to, and I know where one of them might have been headed, but I can't reveal that any more than you might want to reveal some of your secrets. But this is where we're at. This is what we do know and what we didn't know. And if you're going to blame us, at least have the facts. Your turn.
You speak true. You speak true, except a few points. First point, there were 12 libraries, not 10. And on top of that, Alasara was not one of the seed libraries, but where all the libraries originated from. That was the Great Library. But again, that's just extra knowledge. Nothing huge on that one.
Except as the GM, I'm going to make you pronounce it correctly, Alarasa.
Alarasa, thank you.
Thank you.
I was saying it just like he said, which was wrong. Dang it. And
I am
Alright.
like 10. You have no
Hallelujah for
the
the
destruction in Credidia isn't as bad as I'm professing it. The reason, not because the books have been destroyed, but this book is what's important. He points to the book that's on the table. I was there. I was there before the zealots came. The zealotry came to destroy it, to burn it. And it took me a while, but I found this book, and fortunately I was able to escape.
Okay, so writing in this book, does it alter reality and make things better or worse as you change it?
No.
I'm guessing Jadir's about halfway through it now. But what does it say?
It's not a magic book. Ugh. To even suggest. No. This is a book of poetry. Yeah.
I have one in my cabin.
Oh no, this is not
what
just any
language
poetry.
is it written in?
It's written in Elven, but that's neither here nor there. Yes, it's a book of poetry, but again, that is neither here nor there. It's what's inside it. Now, let me show you. I've been searching through many of the libraries that are there, and in the library of Chandala, I came across an old text that was written in these hieroglyphics, and he shows you the hieroglyphics. Many are leaning forward. Oh, give me 1 second.
I'll just look over everybody.
Sorry, I have to take this. Yeah. And he points to, of many of the hieroglyphics, he points to one hieroglyphic in particular that doesn't seem. Is anyone can read hieroglyphics?
I cast Eyes of Toth.
It doesn't matter. It just showed them the damn symbol.
So this symbol is contained inside of the hieroglyphics, and among that, there's many others. And he begins to tell a story, weave a story, that there is this eagle of wrath that is flying. And he says this is a representation of the world that we live on. And inside, in the talons of the eagle of Roth, Hoth and Thoth and Ra, no, Ra, is the kidney of Osiris, and also he's holding the harbinger symbol of Isis, and so he shows you all these, and he says, but this is what's important. This and this crown that sits on top of the world. And he shows you the crown of what's that crown called? Afeta, Afiet. What is the? It's Osiris's crown. You know, the one that's very typical. What is it?
Just describe it as Osiris's crown. That's fine.
Okay, and it's sitting on top of the world, and the symbol sits inside of the world. Now, I discovered this symbol a long time ago when I was in Chandala many years ago, and I thought nothing of it. But recently, since Crisis has began and started their mission, I begin to delve a little bit deeper into what I remembered back in the early days of Chandala. And I came across this in this book of Credia, and he shows you again the same symbol, which is the Seba symbol. And he says,
by Seba, you mean the 5-pointed star thing?
The 5-pointed star. And
you call
around
it
them, Seba.
Just spell it.
Seba.
Thank you.
Okay. And in there are 5 words that he basically pulls out because of how the symbol is oriented. And at the top is the word kingdom. And then going around on the other 5 points, he gives you the words, the word, the word ice, without, and other. And with a confused look, he says, look, I know these seem kind of weird.
By the way, I'm going to make sure I'm going to stop here. Ursus, you have the official log. Did you get that?
Yeah, it's in there.
Hold on. Clockwise or counterclockwise did you go around the star?
It was going around... It's going around clockwise.
Thank you. Because that's actually the direction, but we had not discussed it, so thank you.
And he says, look, see the way that the eagle of Ra flies? That the words are going in the same direction as the eagle flies. And I could be wrong here, but if Ra represents the sun, and this is the earth, then the way that the earth is moving when the sun rises in the west, rises in the east and sets in the west, and it's going in that same path. I guess it's not the that would be counterclockwise. Yeah.
Depends on if you're facing north or south.
Good point.
Damn it! I told you need to pick a direction, clockwise or counterclockwise.
Do you want to just leave it alone and make it clockwise?
It's Witterson's. Fine, let's move on.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't really matter which way it is. It just happens.
No, it does matter.
It does.
You read it in a direction, so
yeah,
you need to.
It is counterclockwise, and he says that the crown of Osiris represents the north, and that is the reason why. Good questions. Now, I believe that there are other books that will help to piece this all together. The answer to this, I have no idea. But I know they are important, essential.
We should do my out-of-character idea.
Hey.
Does this mean nothing to you?
Where's some more stuff? Come on.
I'm sorry. Was that a burp from the bear?
Mm-hmm.
That was a well-timed burp from the bear. Well done.
You're welcome. My plate is empty. Do I have to go get it myself? I will go get it myself.
The bear is typically impatient.
Judea being the scholar, can he do some sort of ancient knowledge sort of role just to maybe take a stab in the dark at what all this is leading or talking about?
You can always give me a roll.
Can I give you a research roll?
You have no bleeping clue, Shadir. I'm sorry.
Not even topic?
Nope. Not at 87. There's bleeping no way. Sorry.
Okay, so he says to the monk, any ideas what it's about, as in...
I'll leave it up to the monk now to describe.
Now again, the hieroglyphics are pretty confusing. They're not a full picture, but what I ascertain is that it appears that the kid or a piece of Osiris has been somehow taken by. I know this didn't happen in history. This is not what the books tell us about. It tells us that the dark has set. And Anubis took the pieces and scattered them around. But this particular piece seems to have been captured or taken by Ra, seemingly, and put into a special place. And they left this clue. This is the clue. This is like the trailhead to a longer quest that I fear that I can't even do myself.
So you think that Ra maybe managed to save one of his brother's pieces and secure it somewhere?
Possibly, either metaphorically or physically. It could have happened either way. Maybe this is the knowledge that he has left with us.
And do we know that this isn't one of the pieces that's already been retrieved?
Well, and this would be where Crisis could volunteer what has currently happened.
Well, we can go through the pieces with him that we have, and
Brian, that was painful.
What happened?
Oh no, read the second one.
I read the second one, but the first one, I needed to know how much of a success that was.
Oh, I would have beat it by 14%.
Okay, not enough. You know nothing. Sorry.
Really? 18?
Yep, you don't.
The research was supposed to be a bonus to the lore religion.
You don't know anything. The first roll wasn't.
I assume the
enough.
monks
I'm
read
sorry.
the books
You don't know anything.
and knows what
Jon
parts
Snow.
we've recovered.
Which books do you speak of, Jadir?
The books of
The
Crisis.
Crisis books.
The Crisis books, yes.
So you're aware of what parts we've already recovered,
More or less.
and the ceremonies where they were placed in the pyramids. I assume that's all in the books. We're
Right.
on our way to Bletherad now. Maybe we can do some more research when we get there. I can add this to my list of things I want to research.
That might help. But have you not been to Bletherad many times?
Yes, but when you know what you're looking for, it's a lot easier to, find it. I was not looking for this symbol in particular, and no matter how... Actually, my memory is fantastic. I can cast Total Recall. Have I seen
I'm
this?
not criticizing Jadir. There's no issues with Jadir currently.
Huh?
I'm just stating. I have not asked you to go Total Recall for a reason, because that is not the current problem.
Are you talking to yourself?
I am.
Good. Anyway, so Jadir's going to use this Total Recall
I
to...
am talking to the group, actually. In other words, you were not the current problem. Shut the F up, Jadir. Please, someone else step up.
The box is underneath, right there.
The box is right there, guys.
It's underneath the printer.
Oh, I'm gonna phone a friend for the answer, and I'm gonna phone Robe Guy.
Sorry, you're going to get Uncle Robe Guy or Woody Girl. Take your pick.
Who is that behind you? Is that Robe Guy or Hoodie Girl?
Woody Girl. Woody Girl.
Oh, well, I want Robe Guy.
Robe Guy's not here at the moment.
Well,
I've got Uncle of Robe Guy.
Okay.
Hey, Uncle of Robe Guy.
Sorry, I detoured that.
I've got a question for you.
In between bites of food, he looks up and says, "Aren't we here to talk to the Gref guy and something about a deal with where we were before and the Rose lady? Wait, is she here? I know we're supposed to be doing something other than babble on about books, right?"
Specifically, we're here to repair the boat, and we're just happened to cross this meeting.
While we're
not in all an issue, sir. And
did he just say babbling about books?
Please, let us not insult each other. Actually, the Bearman is right. That is a priority. However, I wish to deal with the first issue before I deal with the second issue. And thank you so much, Ursus. And please have another pig. And as literally he says that, another pig arrives. And he's like,
about time.
Please have another pig and enjoy. And I promise that you shall not run out tonight.
Is his hair braided?
His hair is not braided.
Oh.
He refused to eat the bread, so no,
He
it's not
absolutely
braided.
refused to eat the bread.
Well, someone's probably grabbed in there by now.
Now, however, some of the servers' hairs are braided.
Well, now we know who's been stealing when they shouldn't be. I'm eating with
Indorus,
him.
for God's sakes, now is not the time for a bio break.
Do you want to just do a 10 for everyone real quick then?
Bleep.
No, we can. I'll hang around for later. I just didn't think I was being asked.
Can we hang for another 20, please?
Ursus, what were the words that you? What were the 5 words that you had around the Siba symbol?
Kingdom, word, ice, without, other.
Perfect.
Yeah, but well, I'm not gonna say.
No, go ahead, Andrew. Keep it on.
You got to remember, it's going to be an Ursus log. The most illiterate member of the party.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
And it's going to be interpreted, whatever's being said by Ursus.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
And his
No,
thoughts and feelings.
you don't get it. The official log counts. The unofficial logs don't.
I'm aware it doesn't.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yep. Anyways.
No, I'm gonna.
I think he means he's remembering the information.
I understand.
Doesn't matter.
No, he gets it. He and I understand. I get it. Look, the bottom line is that I keep running with the fact that you guys have played this ridiculously well in characters. So keep going, if we can.
So what was it? What was it that would overshadow everything that I was doing?
The Griff guy wanted to talk. Jeez, OP.
Can I find?
I think that Larry has been a valuable resource for.
He takes his stuff and he just puts it in his bag and.
Larry,
Larry,
stop it.
I can see. I can see.
Larry. And he's
Yes?
like, he looks at Crisis very sincerely and he says, Larry has been an asset to the Defilers in the past. I think that you may need to take him more seriously than you are currently. He can be easily offended.
Activated?
You mean that he is high-strung?
I have not said anything of that sort. I'm just saying that you should all pay attention to Larry. And he smiles really wide, and he's
Master Monk, would you like to go into another room so they can have their conversation and we continue?
No. Actually, I think I should be here for the conversation with Larry because he is a valued resource of not only the Defilers, but should be a valued resource of Crisis and is definitely a valued resource of the Groff Estates. And he is forcing a grin that is so pasted on that all of you see it.
Can I do intelligence while I'm sitting there?
Sure.
And the intelligence is to see, since a lot of servers and people have been coming in and out, this whole time I'm analyzing people to see and determine who doesn't belong.
Alright, give me a percentage roll. Actually, no, I'm going to give you a percentage roll. Fuck that. You shouldn't know.
Okay.
You feel that absolutely Larry is trusted and a valued resource.
It's not Larry. I'm talking about people in general in the room.
The servers, the wait staff, all that stuff.
Because
those people. Those people you feel are completely trusted. 100%.
Okay.
So, Larry.
There's no question of their authority and trustworthiness.
Master Jadir, if you want to come with me, we could all go into a separate room. They can have their little conversation.
Were you talking to me? I mean,
waiting for everybody to finish, but yeah.
I see. You ready? Okay.
Well,
Lanu has given his opinion, and that you should all stay in this current room.
so what's your interpretation of those 5 words?
I have no idea.
I'll ask for Larry to restate the 5 words.
So the 5 words, again, kingdom being at the top and going counterclockwise, we have the words word, ice, without, and other. Together they mean nothing. And I think there, and he shows you some other symbols that are on the rim of this parchment that this ancient parchment that he has. And he says, Jadir, you might know these. And he begins to rile off the symbols. And the symbols are Rin, Pio, Tu, Sha, Chin.
And so, Jadir, he hand symbols
Retsu,
the mudras
Sai.
and mantras.
Yeah, I know
Zen.
the Rin. He said Rin before in logs and other things. I know these are mudras.
Is there a mudra that actually has
And-
those 5 in it in a
Yes.
different order?
Absolutely.
And he goes over and over, and it keeps repeating itself. Rin, Pio, Tu, and it just keep going around like
The last two, what are they?
Border around the. Say that again.
I got Rin, Pio, 2. What is the last 2?
Not last 2. It is all 8 of them, minus the 9th one, which is Kai, which is of destruction. Just all the ones of the light. Again, over and over again. Rin, Pio, Tu, Sha, Chin, Retsu, Zai, Zen, Rin, and again it just repeats and repeats and repeats until it gets around to the other part, and again it just like a circle.
And
Good,
Jadir, you recognize the circle of light.
Much like the god Ra is constantly going through the heavens every day in a cyclical manner. There must be something, and we're only I can only see part of this from the book that I got from Credia. There must be more to this.
Jadir, I sent you a message.
GM, I've sent you a couple.
I didn't get yours, unfortunately. Sexy.
Are you getting the one? So do I send it to Cammy instead, or?
I don't know, but I haven't had any whispers.
Really? You're not getting the whispers to Jadir?
No, I haven't had any whispers this game at all.
Really? That's kind of frightening. Okay, I'm wondering who they're going to.
Do you want to just change it to Caminata, so I can at least send you something?
Well,
I can
yeah,
try.
because I've like sent a bunch of things to Jadir I thought you got. You're not getting anything to Jadir?
No, I haven't had any whispers this game whatsoever.
That's a problem.
Got a whisper.
Oh, because you didn't
Did you get that?
put yourself as Jadir. I asked you to put yourself as Jadir. I'm sorry.
Well, no, she did.
I did.
She
I
did
did. I
it
just
for a long
changed it then. I just changed it
she
then.
just changed it
So
back.
everyone that sent stuff to Jadir in the previous statement, please send it to Caminata.
Yeah, no, I realised that Xerxes. I'm familiar
No
with
worries,
it.
that's fine.
So you're getting whispers now, then?
She's getting
Well,
there.
yeah, one from Xerxes.
Just send it to Caminata instead. At least that's working.
And most of you would know that anyway, because Jadir has taken various members of Crisis through his mantras and mantras.
I understand, but
Mantras.
I literally have sent like 20 different
So I wondered if you were
There's
talking to yourself
you,
because
and
some things
I was
weren't
like,
making
oh
sense.
my gosh, I thought you got all of those. It's like, yeah. Okay.
Well, assuming he's allowed to talk now, with the added information about his really well-known mantras, does that shed any more light to him on the meaning of it? I must admit, I hadn't doubted him.
Yeah, no, it was weird because I thought you had gotten it, but it wasn't something I expected a response from in the past. So did you get the one I just sent?
Yes, I got the one you just sent.
Even though it was spelled improperly, but yeah, you get it.
No, I got to admit, it didn't occur to me. He's wearing a crisis ring, isn't he?
Yeah. No, he's not wearing a crisis ring.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
No, Lanu is absolutely not wearing a crisis ring.
Oh no, I meant the monk.
No, he's not either.
Neither.
Oh,
absolutely not.
So I assumed when Xerxes put him in his bed and all this business that he was like a new member or something.
No, the crew just assumed I was screwing him.
Xerxes.
The crew assumed that he had decided to switch sides.
They asked the one question: was he an elf? Like, all right,
well,
whatever.
Xerxes, why did you take this monk into your bed? Like, I assumed he was like a new member, and I just realized ring. But you vetted him before you just left him aboard the ship alone?
She vetted him.
Vetted.
I'm going to say that
you allowed a complete stranger to appear on ship and just left him there alone.
Oh,
it's not like you can actually stop somebody from teleporting in. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, let's back up a second. I don't have the ability to stop a teleport.
Wait.
Yeah, like
have something to do with the head?
I didn't
throw him in the brig.
I didn't teleport. I would never use teleportation.
Well, then that begs the question of how you got on the ship, because I honestly assumed someone teleported you.
Could anyone actually teleport onto your ship?
Who let you on our ship then, if you're not a crisis member?
Did Osiris put you there, or Isis, or one of the other gods of light?
Rogan did.
May I remind that Rogan knows who this guy is, and we already had that answered, and everybody's forgetting that?
Yeah, the minute Rogan knew
No, we weren't all there.
I know, but Xerxes isn't saying that. It's making this entirely more complicated than it fucking needs to be.
When Rogan said he knew the monk, I stopped asking questions, to be honest with you, because Rogan is not a bad judge of character. And so I just never brought it up again.
Okay, Rogan.
Especially after the crew assumed I was sleeping with him, I'm just like, well, fine, whatever.
Hey, I accepted him because the big guy here was talking to him, and so was the ship, which still freaks me out a little bit.
Okay, sorry, I just panicked for a sec. I didn't know, and fair enough.
Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry. I love the fact that Ursus like just casually goes, and that still freaks me out a little bit.
The giant bear.
It's so Ursus. It's like so casual. It's like, and this may not actually be cool. And guys, we're taking a 10-minute break. I have to go talk to my wife.
All right, you make it home? All right.
Yeah, camera's off, everyone, so we don't hit that 4-hour mark or whatever.
All right, we'll take a 10-minute break, and we will be right back.
Own it.